Donald Trump's recent agreement with Iran is facing increasing backlash from his allies, both at home and abroad. The harshest critics say the deal is a document of surrender to Iran, but US President Donald Trump has dismissed these allegations, insisting instead that the agreement amounts to Iran's unconditional surrender. A few hours ago, Trump has posted a statement on Truth Social saying that it is Iran that met for talks out of desperation and not the US. His statement on Iran further says, and I quote, "They are finished, will play out the 60 days. They get no money, not 10 cents. Trump's statement is a response to what Iran's leader Mojtaba Khamenei said just a day ago about this memorandum of understanding. Khamenei, in a written statement, saying that it was the American president who, out of desperation, used all kinds of leverage to bring about this deal. The Iranian leader also said that he had a different view about this agreement, but still granted his permission. The provisions of the signed Memorandum of Understanding has drawn criticism from lawmakers who argue that Trump was not enough on Iran. Critics argue that the terms of the interim agreement fall short of what the American president set out to achieve at the start of the war. Trump had been promising that he would settle for nothing but unconditional surrender, and even a year ago it was this recurring motto that he had.
It's a very simple, unconditional surrender. That means I've had it. Okay, I've had it, I give up, no more. Then we go blow up all the nuclear stuff that's all over the place there.
Let us remind viewers that shortly after the US and Israel launched airstrikes on Iran on February 28, President Trump had laid out a host of objectives. At that time, he said the goals included preventing Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon, achieving regime change, degrading its missile and drone capabilities, and dismantling its quote-unquote regional proxy network. Under the current agreement, Iran commits to never producing nuclear weapons. The fate of Iran's enriched uranium stockpile and other nuclear issues will be addressed in future agreement. The draft contains no explicit restrictions on Iran's ballistic missile or drone programs. Trump also stated on March 2nd that Iran must stop arming and funding allied groups in Iraq, Lebanon, Gaza, and Yemen. However, the memorandum does not specifically mention those groups. Instead, it calls for an immediate and permanent end to conflict across all fronts, including Lebanon. Iran, on the other hand, will be getting its frozen assets back if it complies with the deal. The agreement also provides for a $300 billion investment fund to be used for reconstruction. These terms have prompted allegations that Trump was forced to settle on Iranian terms. Even the Wikipedia page on the Iran war, it now mentions that the conflict ended in an Iranian victory. While Wikipedia is an open source platform that can be edited by members of the public, remember this highlights the prevailing perception over the conclusion of this war. On Thursday, Trump pushed back at the mounting criticism, saying that those who think he was soft on Tehran are either jealous, bad people, or stupid. In an interview with Axios, Trump admitted that he negotiated the agreement to prevent the conflict from triggering a global economic depression, but denied that he was humbled in any way by the 3-month war with Iran. Instead, he said that he believes there are no limits to his ability to exert power. For the moment, the technical talks planned in Switzerland during the weekend have been postponed. US Vice President J.D. Vance has cancelled his trip amid the latest barrage of strikes Israel carried out on Lebanon, in which it claims to have killed several Hezbollah members. Lebanon officials say the number stands at 47, including women and children, with almost 100 others injured. Now, on the Israel-Lebanon front, the latest development is that both sides have agreed to a ceasefire, which now goes into effect. However, its implementation hangs by a delicate thread because Lebanese media has moments ago reported an Israeli strike after truce was announced. And so the question, beyond the debate on victory, is on whether the US-Iran agreement will hold and if talks of lasting peace will take place. Speaking of Lebanon, the country has emerged as the peace agreement's biggest litmus test. Even as Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to a ceasefire, fresh clashes between both sides risk derailing the fragile truce, with Lebanon reporting a fresh Israeli attack. WION's Gadi Francis gets you this ground report from Beirut suburbs in Lebanon. Take a look.
It has cost billions of dollars on all parties and all sides, but still everybody is awaiting what might happen if a US-Iran deal is in action in Lebanon. Now the news is that Lebanon is a main bullet point on this agreement. Iran says it will not agree to open the Strait of Hormuz unless Lebanon's war front is in peace. But the operations are not stopping. Israel is disregarding all that and it's continuing its missions in South Lebanon. In the recent, it struck Nabatiye, it struck Baalbek, and it struck several other areas in South Lebanon. And in the past week only, many civilian homes were destroyed and tens of Lebanese were martyred. In the times of a ceasefire in the past week, according to reports, it has reached more than 150 people killed in Lebanon. Now this is why there is no agreement. According to Iran, unless this stops in Lebanon, there wouldn't be an agreement. I am Gadi Francis reporting for WION. World is One.